May I now at this juncture, Your Excellency, welcome Mr. President, ably presented again by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. May we rise to receive him. Distinguished Senator George Akume, Commander of the Order of the Niger, former Governor of Benue State, former Minister of Special Duties, distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic, and now the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. Celebrate him, please. Continue to celebrate him as he comes up stage, makes his speech, and declares this conference open.
Please be seated. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I stand in for His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. He would have loved to be here, but he's involved in very equally engaging national assignments in Abuja. Let me proceed, please. Your Excellencies, the Governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, the Governor of Borno State, Professor Zulum, Governor of Imo State, and Chairman, Progressive Governors Forum, Senator Hopeful Hope, Ozodimo. The Governor of Ogun State, Abiodun ably represented, Minister of Aviation, ably represented by the Permanent Secretary, members of the National Assembly, the Chairman of FAAN, Professor Ganduje, the MD FAAN, captains of industry, the Secretary General, African Civil Aviation Commission, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to stand before you today on behalf of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, at the 2025 FAAN National Aviation Conference, an annual convergence that has become the major incubator for ideas, innovation, collaboration, and investment opportunities in our aviation ecospace. The theme of the 2025 conference, Elevating the Nigerian Aviation Industry Through Investment, Partnership, and Global Engagements, tallies perfectly with the focus of this administration, which is to transform the aviation industry into a critical engine for national growth and global competitiveness in a manner that drives job creation, prosperity, and wealth. The aviation industry remains one of the most technologically advanced industries in the world, and it is still growing in its vital role of connecting people and markets, driving tourism and trade, as well as supporting countless jobs across sectors. Within the continent of Africa, air transport bridges distance, promotes trade, tourism, enhances territorial security, support food security, humanitarian services, maintenance of peace, and fosters unity. Therefore, every runway built, every terminal modernized, and every policy reform implemented contributes directly to regional, sub-regional, and national progress. Nigeria is a vast country that is geographically located as a regional hub for connectivity. This has informed the policy direction, investment in infrastructure, systems, capabilities, and human capital development. Under President Tinubu's flagship program, Renewed Hope Agenda, significant strides have been achieved over the past 2 years in the area of infrastructure. These include: 1, commissioning of new international terminals in Lagos and Port Harcourt, boosting capacity and service quality. 2, major rehabilitation works in Abuja, Enugu, Kano, and other airports to meet global safety and efficiency requirements. 3, strengthening of regulatory oversight with enhanced collaboration between NCAA, ICAO, IATA, and NCAT to elevate industry standards. 4, expansion of cargo, hangar, and MRO facilities in Lagos and Kano to position Nigeria as West Africa's logistics and aircraft maintenance hub. 5, development of frameworks for a national carrier guided by transparency, sustainability, and global best practices. These interventions are building blocks for a modern aviation architecture anchored on efficiency, private sector investment, safety, and international competitiveness. Government cannot shoulder these responsibilities alone, but shall continue to create enabling environment for business to thrive. The aviation sector in Nigeria is part of the global system, as it must comply with prescribed standards and practices. This dictates that Nigeria must continue to open the windows of opportunity for investment, partnership, and global engagement. The goal of this administration is to build on past efforts so as to make Nigeria a preferred destination for aviation investment. We are already on track through the simplification of regulatory procedures, promoting transparency and offering incentives in areas such as airport infrastructure, aircraft leasing, maintenance, and training. We are also working on fiscal reforms that will ensure clarity and lend its hand to overall investment and policy coherence. Let me, at this point, reassure all our partners, potential and foreign investors, that there has never been a time than now to invest. Opportunities abound because Nigeria's aviation industry remains one of the most viable and underexploited markets in Africa for several reasons. And these are over 220 million people and the largest domestic aviation market on the continent. Strategic geographic location, ideal for trans-African and international linkages. That's 2. 3, growing middle class and travel demands, which are expected to double within a decade. 4, a $1.7 trillion regional market driven by AFTA that depends heavily on efficient air logistics. 5, massive unmet demand in cargo, MRO, leasing, charter services, and aviation-linked real estate. These are not abstract possibilities. They are real market opportunities ready for investors. I consider it important to also mention emerging frontiers, where the next wave of growth will come from, and it's expected that it should form part of the conversation at this conference. These areas with core potentials include: 1, aviation, cargo, and agro-export corridors involving dedicated cargo terminals in Lagos, Kano, Port Harcourt, and Makurdi. Integration with special agro-industrial processing zones and cold room chain infrastructure for perishables. 2, expansion of maintenance, repair, and overhaul infrastructure aimed at reducing aircraft maintenance capital flight, attracting global MRO players to partner with local investors. 3, development of smart and green airports involving renewable energy integration, digital passenger management, e-gates, biometrics, and AI-driven security systems. 4, aviation training and human capital, which involves upgrading of NCAT, which has been decentralized for access, forging a new training partnership, and development of modular training hubs for pilots, ATCs, and aircraft engineers. These emerging areas align directly with the President's economic diversification, growth, and job creation goals. This administration shall remain focused on safety, efficiency, and sustainability in the sector. We also renew our commitment to implementing civil aviation policy reforms, embracing renewable energy solutions for airport operations, and developing smart, secure, and customer-friendly terminals. Before I conclude, let me commend the Honorable Minister of Aviation for meaningful and purposeful leadership and for taking the industry onto upward trajectory. I also commend the leadership of FAAN and other agencies in the sector for bringing excellence to the delivery by the sector. In conclusion, the future of Nigerian aviation is bright and full of promise. Together, that is government, private sector, and international partners, we shall build a safer, stronger, and more globally connected industry. While not compromising standards, safety, and security, our policies shall continue to be investment-friendly, and the interests of critical stakeholders shall remain paramount. Let your discussion chart the way forward. On behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, I congratulate all of you for being part of this conference, and I now have the honor and privilege of declaring the 2025 National Aviation Conference open. Let us continue working together to keep Nigeria flying higher. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Would like to respectfully ask that you please remain on stage so we can take a quick photograph. Thank you.